Hello you guys, so today's video is actually a follow-up from my full fostering video that went up a few days ago. So today's video is basically me answering the questions that I asked you guys to send me, whether it be about fostering in general or whether it be about my experience of foster care. And I've had quite a lot of response, so I just want to say thank you for all that. And if anyone would like to ask me anything else, feel free. I can blog about it or I can reply in the comments. I don't mind. So if you haven't had a chance to and you still want to, just ask me. I'll see what I can do. And I just want to say, even though I sent a late tweet out yesterday, I've had a lot of response. So thank you for that. And enjoy the video. I'll see you very soon. Okay guys, so the first question was from John, and John asked me, would I foster? Now, it's something I've been thinking about for a little while, in that, you know, obviously, if I'm with my boyfriend still in the future, we will consider it, but I think if I had the chance to, I would. Tom asked me, did fostering improve or degrade the relationship with my real parents? Now, for me, fostering hasn't really degraded it, in that I still see them, I still get to speak to them and all that. So I think it has improved the relationship with them in a way, because like I see my dad a bit more often, and obviously I see my mum as often as I can. So I think for me it's improved the relationship, but in some ways it has degraded it, in that I actually don't see my uncle at the moment, so that's a bit strange for me. But, you know, hopefully that answers that question, Tom. Rachel asked me, have I ever regretted being fostered? Now, I will not lie to you, when I was a bit younger, maybe about 10, 11, I did think, why the hell am I in foster care? I don't like it. It's a label that people like to call, you know, people at school used to hate me for, in a way. In primary school especially, I used to get bullied quite a lot about it, and, you know, but since then, I actually don't regret it. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't regret being fostered one little bit, because at the end of the day, it's opened more opportunities for me, so actually, I don't regret being fostered at all. Stephen asked me, how does it feel to not have my parents by my side? Now, for me, it's a little bit emotional on times. You know, sometimes I sit at home thinking, what would I be doing if I was living with my mum right now? But I think for me, it feels weird in a way, because obviously my foster carers to me feel like my mum and my dad in some ways. I'm not saying they are, but they feel like they could be. But actually, I think it's given me a bit more chance to become a young adult quicker, because I think from sort of the age of 16 up, I actually was doing various things that I might not have done if I'd been living with my mum. So that's another thing. Ollie asked me, if I was to have children, would I foster a child as well as have my own? Now, I think the answer to that would definitely be yes, depending on obviously how many I have. If I've got like 3 children, I might not consider fostering as well. If I have 1 child, I might think about it. So, I mean, I would put my children first. I'd always put my children first. I keep saying that the wrong way today. I'd always put my children first, but if I had the chance, I would foster as well. Obviously, with my partner, whoever that may be, I'd have to agree it, but for me, it would be my children, and then if I wanted to, I'd foster as well. Gabriella asked me, what advice can I give to a child who is facing being fostered? Now, I'm not going to lie to you, the first couple of days that you meet your foster family, I'm not going to lie to you, I was petrified. Like, I was moving into a house after meeting them for like a week that I'd never lived in, never knew anything about, you know, for the first 2 weeks, I don't even think I spoke. I'm not going to lie, it was all my sister that had to speak. First couple of weeks I was living here, maybe a month actually, I didn't say a word. So I'd walk into the house, first meeting them, probably, you know, shake hands and say hello to the dogs kind of thing, even though I was petrified. But I don't think I spoke, and then there was just one day where I just decided today was the day I'm going to speak. So, you know, the advice from me to give to someone about being fostered is, it's going to be scary. You're going to feel a little bit out of your comfort zone, but give it time, and it either will work out like it did for me. If it doesn't work out, you can find somewhere else. It's not like you have to live with them if you don't like them. pause for a second. Lauren asked me, would I ever become a foster carer? If so, what would be my reason for wanting to do it? So the answer, as I've already answered, is obviously yes. I would love to foster. You know, I would become a foster carer if I had the chance. And my reason to do it was because I've been fostered. I know how they'd feel. So I'd be able to give them a bit of sympathy in that, you know, I could be like, oh, you know, I was fostered from a young age. I know what you're feeling right now. And I think I'd be able to connect with them emotionally as well, because obviously I've been through things that they might go through similarly. So the answer to that would be I would become a foster carer, and I'd do it because I was fostered myself. Logan asked me my favourite memory with my foster family. Now, Logan, that is a very tough question because I have many, many, many that I could use. Now, just to name, I'm going to have to name more than one because I can't give you one. So one memory is actually because I went to Greece, where I never thought I'd ever be, to be honest. And I will put a photo of me in Greece actually somewhere, either on the screen or after this little video clip. And, you know, basically it's going to be going to Greece. And also favourite memory is obviously the two dogs that I was living with when I was here originally. So Herbie and Zebby, who are on my back wall. I don't know if you can see them. Herbie is there. Zebby is there. I will put photos at the end of this video so that you can see them properly. And if you haven't seen them in my latest video, they were there as well. So for me, it's Greece and the pets that were here when I moved in. Jack asked me, is my mum still unwell? Now, my mum is in a way unwell. I don't want to go too much into it, to be honest, because it's a little bit upsetting. But she's fine. She's perfect. You know, she would be able to have me if I wanted to live there. But for me, I'm used to being here now, and I don't think, for me, I want to move because I'm used to where I am now. I can still see my mum. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, and I don't want any hate comments in chat about this because, you know, this is my choice. I've decided to stay here because I feel like here is more beneficial at the moment because my mum is still on the mend, if you see what I mean. So my mum is gradually going back up again. So hopefully that answers your question, Jack. Iggy wanted to clarify something I said in my latest video, which was something about the opportunities if I wasn't fostered. Do I think I would have had them if I was living with my mum? What I meant by that was I don't think when I'm living with my mum, I probably wouldn't have gone to sixth form. Because it would have, depending on what grades I'd got at high school, because my foster carers have actually helped me in terms of work. So, like, when I was in high school, they actually helped me do things, and I'm not entirely sure my mum would have been able to do that much for me. But I wouldn't have gone to Pershore High School, and I wouldn't have gone to the sixth form, so I wouldn't have met my boyfriend. That's one opportunity I wouldn't have had. And if I hadn't gone to sixth form, I wouldn't have had enough UCAS points to go to university. So that was what I meant by what I said in the video. If I was at my mum's, I may not have gone to sixth form, and I may not have got into university by not going to sixth form. So that's just what I wanted to clarify. Iggy also asked me, what's the most sad time during my time in fostering? The sad time was obviously going into foster care in the first place. That was quite emotional. You know, you don't want to be taken away from your mum. I've been there. I've done it. I know what it's like. You don't want it. But for me, now, looking back, I don't want to sound big-headed, but I don't think now I regret it so much as when it actually happened. Another sad time as well is obviously in February this year, and I might get a little bit emotional here, so I'm gonna pre-warn you. We lost our dog Herbie, who had been here for the last 12 years I have. So that was really, really hard for me because he'd been here the whole time I had. He was here the day I came, and then I lost him in February. So he was like my companion through foster care, and that's why I'm slightly tearing up a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. I'm hoping you can't. But it's really difficult because obviously he's been here the whole time I have. He's not with me anymore. It feels like a chunk of my heart has gone missing, and you know, I just want to say, you know, it's really been tough on me, and you know, it's just one of those things where you're just like, I feel like I'm missing a whole section of my heart now, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's been so tough. These last few months have just Like, nothing will ever replace Herbie in my heart. I know that for sure. So it's been a little bit tough. But back on to the best times, because I'm obviously going to start tearing up otherwise. Best time about foster care is meeting so many people. You say it every day. You say, oh, I met this person on the train. Oh, I met this person on the train. But actually, you meet someone, you tell them about your story, and they're actually really interested. Like, I was talking to a guy on the train the other day who I knew from high school, and, you know, we had about a half an hour conversation just about him asking me what it's like being fostered and all that. And I think that's one of the best things. It's like they want to know what's going on in your life when you're fostered. So it's really nice to get your story out there. And I am actually writing a book. I will put a link in the chat about my fostering experience, and I'm hoping I can give it to a fostering agency and see if they can help me publish it. So I'll keep you all notified of that. I've had a couple of inquiries already. Iggy also asked me if I had to suggest advice to someone going into care. Again, it would be, it's going to be tough. You need to think about what you want out of it. If you want a good relationship with your foster carers, make a good relationship with them. If you don't like them, you tell your social worker. That's the main thing you need to do. So it's going to be scary, you're going to be petrified, but you've got to stick with it. You've just got to try it, okay? Francis asked me, when you get a foster child into care, do you get a full history of what they've been through? Now, I'm not 100% certain of this, because obviously I'm no foster carer, but I can say what I know. As far as I know, they get a bit of history about the child. They get to read it before they meet them. So they read up on me before I came into care. So as far as I know, they do get a little bit of history about you. I'm not sure if they get a lot, but as far as I'm aware, they get a little bit. Francis also asked, do they move schools and do they move children to different schools and make them go to the foster carers local? Now, for me, I started primary school before I went into care, so I finished primary school in the same school. For some children, it can be a case of moving them. It depends where their school is. Say mine was in Worcester, and I'm now still in Worcester, so it was easy for me. But say, I don't know, say they were in, let's say they're in Birmingham, and you want to foster them and that's in Worcester, they'd have to move them. So it depends on the circumstances, it depends on the situation. Are foster kids automatically on free school meals, or does it depend on their foster parents? That was also asked by Francis. As far as I'm aware, it depends on the foster parents. No child that I know of who's been in foster care has been placed on free school meals right from the start. I think it's something you discuss with the school, and you discuss with like all the people involved in the fostering process. And the final question of today, am I going to be a foster carer? That was asked by Leslie. The answer is I would love to be. Obviously, I'm going to have all the training for it. But with a bit of luck, I will become a foster carer. I will foster someone, and I will know exactly how they feel about being fostered. So guys, that is the end of my video. I think this is going to be quite a long video, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me asking and answering all your questions. I want to thank everyone who's already asked me a question, and if you have any more, I will answer them. Even if I have to make another video, I will. If the response is as big as it was, I will happily make another video about it. And if you want to know anything, you want me to blog about anything or make another video, let me know in the comments below. I have a book of ideas that I'm currently working through, so I'm going to try not to show you the actual ideas. But as you can see, the ones highlighted in green have already been done. If they're not highlighted, they haven't been done yet. So I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe and comment if you're new. Let's see if we can hit quite a few likes on this video, because it's been quite a tough one. And I will see you all very soon for, hopefully, a Minecraft or League video, which I still have to film. So see you soon, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye to you all.